Hello guys and welcome back to Excelsior Academy. So today we are going to do lecture 9 from the DNA replication as part of the Watson summary series. So in this lecture we are going to talk about the specialization of DNA polymerase. That means we are going to talk about different types of DNA polymerase functioning or performing different roles as per required by the cell. For example, primase activity, or repair activity, right? So different types of DNA polymerase has been evolutionarily significantly evolved. Okay, so that's what we're going to discuss in this lecture. So DNA polymerases are specialized for different roles in the cell. Now, the central role is of DNA polymerases is the efficiency and the accurate replication of the genome. Now, because of this, in order to achieve the efficiency and the accuracy of the entire genome replication, the evolutionary it has resulted into multiple copies of the DNA polymerase. For example, E. coli, it has got at least 5 DNA polymerase, and these polymerases you can differentiate based on the enzymatic properties, subunit composition, and the abundance. Okay, for example, DNA pol 3. So this is more abundant and it is the primary enzyme which is involved in the replication of the chromosome. So for example, let us say that the E. coli has got the 4.6 MB of the genome and it has got the 2 replication forks. Okay, please guys remember this. So for this, the DNA pol 3 needs to be highly processive. Guys, remember from the previous lecture the meaning of processive, that is addition of nucleotides around 1000 to 10,000 nucleotides per second. So that much fast the DNA pol 3 needs to be. Now, consistent with these requirements, so DNA pol 3 is usually having 3 subunits. Okay, but if you talk about the other, like including the exonuclease activity and all, so totally it becomes DNA pol 3 holoenzyme, which is a 9 subunit enzyme. Okay, guys, whatever additional information I'm giving, please make notes of those so that you can revise, and these kinds of questions might come for your part B sections in the CSIR exam. Okay, so we have got now different types of the DNA polymerase here. Let us talk about the DNA pol 1. Now pol 1 का यहाँ पे क्या काम है? So it is going to remove the RNA primer. So we know that आरएनए प्राइमर्स हटाने के लिए आरएनएज एच लगता है, ठीक है, मगर the last ribonucleotide which is directly linked to the DNA, right? RNA DNA link जो है, so this needs to be broken, right? So ये कैसे टूटेगा? So for this you have got the enzyme like 5' exonuclease activity, right? आपको याद होगा हमने पिछले लेक्चर में ये डिस्कस किया था. So this 5' exonuclease activity is present in the DNA pol 1, ठीक है. So, and DNA pol 1 is not that highly processive. It can add only 20 to 100 nucleotides per binding event. So, these properties are ideal for RNA primer removal and DNA synthesis across the resulting single-stranded DNA gap. So, that is the function of DNA pol 1, whereas the DNA pol 3 has got the main function of replicating the entire genome. Now, let's talk about the polymerase switching. ठीक है, अभी पॉलीमरेज स्विचिंग नाम से क्या पता चल रहा है कि एक पॉलीमरेज छोड़ के दूसरा पॉलीमरेज आएगा. So जैसे कि हमने अभी देखा कि DNA pol 1 का काम क्या है, in the same way when DNA pol 3 is synthesizing, if suppose there is a damage in the DNA, right? अगर there is a DNA damage, so that time you don't want 3, instead of that you will have 1. So इस चीज को हम polymerase switch कहेंगे, and जैसे ही 1 अपना काम कर लेगा 3 वापस आ जाना चाहिए, right? So this is happening in the case of the prokaryotes. In the case of the prokaryotes, similarly in the case of eukaryotes also, we have got DNA pol epsilon and theta, ठीक है? So epsilon is for your leading strands and theta is for your lagging. Guys, please remember. Now if suppose I have got pol alpha, तो इसका काम क्या है? Its action is primase activity. So anyways, we'll talk about this. Okay, so in the given figure you can see that very nicely the stepwise illustration of the switching of the polymerase has been given. So you can see over here you have got the double-stranded DNA, right? Now, what happens is that first your DNA pol alpha or primase, which has got the primase activity, will come and it is going to synthesize the RNA primer. तो इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? DNA pol अल्फा इज नथिंग बट योर प्राइमेज, ठीक है, ये आपका प्राइमर बनाएगा. So finally it is going to add the primer over here. Okay, so you got the primer over here. Now what happens is that DNA prime then your DNA pol delta and epsilon will come. So that is the DNA polymerase having the sliding clamp. So typically the combined DNA pol alpha primase product is between the 50 to 100 base pair, and then further it is extended by the epsilon and delta. So epsilon is for your leading strand and delta is for your lagging strand. Just now I have discussed, right? So in this way, it is going to switch the polymerase. So guys, this is how it is being done. Okay, now this the coming to tables are really very important. If possible, please remember, because it is really gonna benefit you a lot. So in this we are talking about the prokaryotic DNA polymerase. ठीक है, so there are 5 already mentioned किया हुआ है. So Pol 1 का काम क्या है? RNA primer removal, DNA repair. Pol 2 is again DNA repair. 3 and hollow enzyme, which we just discussed now, that having 3 subunits and 9 subunits, this is responsible for the main chromosome replication, and again the rest 4 and 5 is meant for your DNA repair. Now similarly, in the case of eukaryotes, we have got number of eukaryotic DNA polymerase. But here again, इतना याद करने की जरूरत नहीं आपको. If you can remember till theta, that is more than sufficient. Okay. So Pol alpha is primer synthesis during DNA replication. इसका मतलब क्या? ये primase activity दिखाता है यहाँ पे. ठीक है. Then beta and gamma is meant for your repair. Then delta and epsilons, as I mentioned, delta is for lagging, epsilon is for your leading. Then theta is again for DNA repair. So guys, if you can remember these many DNA polymerase as part of the eukaryotic DNA polymerase, more than sufficient. So that's all for today. Please remember their function also, because this is what we're going to discuss in the next chapter. After the DNA replication, we're going to talk about the mutation, DNA damage, etc. So guys, if possible, please remember, so that it becomes easy to carry on the understanding of the molecular biology concepts. So thank you guys for listening to this lecture. I hope you understood. It was a small portion, because after this, whatever we are going to discuss is going to be very lengthy. So stay tuned with the Exeter Academy and have a nice day.